If you follow filmmaking and camera technology much, you've probably heard different debates on autofocus and when to use it, when not to use it. Should professionals use autofocus? How about YouTubers, vloggers, etc.? Autofocus definitely has its place. So we're glad to see in the latest version of FiLMiC Pro a new auto mode. FiLMiC Pro allows you to have good control over the exposure and the focus through their reticles. You can use it in automatic or you can lock it down. But the current automatic only samples a small section of the screen. There are situations where you want to be able to run and gun and not worry about the focus. That's where this new auto mode comes in really handy. All you do is double click on the icon and it opens up into a wider view and samples more of the screen. The nice thing about this auto mode is you actually can use it for everyday use. Here we're looking at a ping pong table. You can see us tilting down and coming back, and it locks focus really well. Now auto exposure, not a huge fan, would probably turn that off. But in this example, we left both auto exposure and autofocus on. The telephoto lens, the Tele Lens, wouldn't grab onto the net. It was just too close. But it's nice to go up to the ping pong paddle and into the table. You can see it very subtly rack to those. And it holds the focus remarkably well. Another sample here in the kitchen. This worked really well. Popping something into the foreground and it rolled right back. And it was pretty responsive. Probably as responsive as a traditional DSLR. Pretty impressive. Now on the Tele Lens, it's a little bit of a different story. That worked well, it went back. Put the camera in the shot again, dropped the camera away, and it didn't work. We waited and waited and waited. Now let me jump into screen capture so you can see what we end up doing here. We waited and waited and waited, and it wouldn't rack back. So we had to go into manual mode, and you do that by double clicking on the icon and then drag it around. And even dragging it around right here, we had a tough time getting it to find the focus again. It eventually did it and worked out fine, but that's something to keep in mind on the Tele Lens. So what about vlogging? What about vlogging? Yeah, I mean, this is definitely something that vloggers could use, or again, run and gun kind of stuff. And here's an example of just something you might do where you're coming out of a window, full auto. You got a big difference in the exposure levels and the focus levels, and it does well. It gives a really nice option for everyday use. The new auto mode is great. We will definitely use it, and you should check it out too.